I am joined by a cavalcade of characters, familiar faces, and some we have not seen in quite some time. Harry Smith, Natalia, and Tyson Kidd. But we did not come together by happenstance. We are here to drop a major announcement on the WWE Universe, that being the newest member of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2020. It is my honor and privilege to announce the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, will be joining the WWE Hall of Fame. Congratulations to you and your family. I just got goosebumps saying that. I knew it
Me
all
too.
day, but this
I got goosebumps you saying it.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
you did.
surreal. So the floor is yours, guys. I mean, what does this mean?
Well, thank you very much, Corey. And, you know, it's been long overdue, but I'm really excited and glad to be inducting my father into the 2020 Hall of Fame. I mean, it's something that's great not only for my family, but for the WWE Universe as well. And I'm so excited and jacked up about it.
Yeah, it feels like the time has never been better, and the fact that, you know, we look at just how much WWE has grown since the heyday of the British Bulldog. You look at even just English wrestling, and so many people, not just English wrestlers, but so many people in our industry say that it was the British Bulldog who inspired them to want to get into WWE. And they look back on that match that Brett and Davey had at Wembley Stadium in 1992, and they say, that was the match that I watched. That was the match that inspired me to do this. And that's, I feel like that's truly what makes a Hall of Famer, is how much they inspire people. And Davey's just, his work and his legacy and his being the British Bulldog has just stood the test of time. And he's still so relevant to the culture of WWE today.
Yeah, I mean, it's so awesome. I knew it was, of course, going to happen. It just was a matter of when. And I understand that the Hall of Fame's not really a race. It's not going anywhere. And we need a certain number of people and stars each year. You can't throw everybody in that first year. And then, so it just was a matter of which year was going to be the best fit, obviously. And here we are in 2020. So I think it's awesome, and it's a long time coming.
So, Natty, touching on what you mentioned to Davey's relevance to British wrestling, how much, when Bulldog was in his heyday, did it help the relevance of the business in the UK?
There was no bigger British wrestling star than Davey Boy Smith. And you think about, again, going back to that match, that iconic match in 1992, SummerSlam, Wembley Stadium. It was, I mean, Davey was a rock star. They sold out Wembley Stadium faster than the Michael Jackson concert. And I get goosebumps talking about it, because Davey, you know, with Lennox Lewis walking him out to the ring and my Aunt Diana being involved in this beautiful story with my Uncle Brett, Davey was at the pinnacle of his career, but just really, I mean, I don't know if British wrestling was ever hotter than when the British Bulldog was at his height in that time.
I know that just, I mean, amongst us in the business and beyond, the British Bulldog is one of those recognizable names that you don't have to necessarily be a wrestling fan or a WWE fan. It was that larger-than-life time period. There's very few names you can just mention to someone off the street, or someone goes, oh, I used to watch wrestling, or I know that guy, the British Bulldog. It was like, I don't think people realize the impact on society or as wrestling fans and beyond that Bulldog truly had.
Yeah, you know, and the amount of influence that my father had on the, you know, current and past WWE superstars like myself and Wade Barrett, and current ones like, you know, Finn Balor. I mean, he really influenced a lot of WWE superstars. And like you said, he was a household name. You know, you could mention the British Bulldog, not even be a wrestling fan. Like people have asked me just in passing, and I've told them who my father was. And they weren't necessarily wrestling fans, but they knew the association in the name.
I was thinking about this when I found out we were going to do this announcement. I had a little bit of a personal anecdote from when I was a little kid. My dad used to travel a lot, and he, back in the days of payphones, would stop at the airport and call me.
Oh, yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, and I remember I was on the phone with him, and he goes, I got to hang up with you. I said, oh, okay. He goes, someone wants to use my phone. He said, it's the British Bulldog, so I'm going to let him. So I was like, oh, my God. So my dad hangs up, and my dad told me after the fact that your dad smiled and signed an 8x10 for him, and I still have it at my parents' house to this day.
Wow.
That's
like
awesome. Where was that at? Pittsburgh?
It might have been Pittsburgh. I don't know where my dad was at the time. I was definitely growing up in Pittsburgh at the time, but it was like one of those weird little things. So.
That's so funny. And funny, to your point about the British Bulldog being a household name and a name that you don't have to necessarily be a wrestling fan. When we were kids, maybe 11 or 12, I'm with Teddy and we're getting into trouble with some kid in the neighborhood. And I remember like a fight is about to kind of start. And this other kid it said, "Oh, you guys don't want to fight with this guy. His uncle's the British Bulldog," which was so funny because he's not talking about Teddy.
He was
He's talking
actually about to fight the
and
Bulldog's nephew.
Meanwhile, Teddy really is the Bulldog's nephew.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys know Bulldog in a whole different capacity than most of us do. Harry, you in particular. What was it like when you were growing up? When did it finally register to you that your dad was the British Bulldog? It was just not Dad.
I can't exactly pinpoint it, but I mean, whenever he would pick me up from school, all the kids would kind of circle around and come around and want high fives and autographs. So I think at some certain point when I was in kindergarten or whenever about that point that I realized, how big of a star he was, like, with other kids around the neighborhood or even when my dad gave everybody $5 on the soccer team because we won one time. My soccer coach made a joke. He goes, "Well, I think your dad used to come to all your soccer games," but unfortunately, he wasn't home all the time. But
what's something about Bulldog? I'll just go down the line that you guys have memories of or would know about him that maybe the masses don't know.
Well, he had a incredibly great sense of humor, and I think that's something that people probably do know, but. Going back to the soccer story, I remember I got into kind of a tussle with this kid in soccer, and afterwards, we kind of exchanged some words, and the referee, blah blah blah. And afterwards, Davey goes, "Oh, don't worry, Ari. If that kid would have went after you, I would have pulled him off you." He's like, I said, "No, Davey, I want to go after him." Oh, I don't know, Ari. He was pretty big. Like he's
classic Davey line. He'd always say that. He's, if you and this guy get into it, don't worry, I'll pull him off you. Yeah.
Like what you hear? Catch full episodes of After the Bell on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe now and never miss an episode.